Hi everybody, I'm Ronnie from Teacher's Wonderland, and today we are going to be working on this book, which I never heard of until recently, called Flotsam. And I'm so excited because this book is going to help your students learn all about inferencing. And we are excited. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that way you can be notified anytime that I have a new video coming out. If you've never heard of the book Flotsam, it is a Caldecott Medal winner. I believe it's definitely not a recent winner. So the jacket and illustrations copyrights are from 2006 and copyrights from 2006. It's really funny when you see this book because you're going to be tossed to the back. Like, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I remember this. And your kids are going to be like, what? But that's what's really cool about this book for inferencing is because they're not going to have that previous knowledge and they won't have that prior knowledge. So I'm excited. I'm going to walk you through the book talk just to kind of show you how I use this book, what I do with this book, and different things. So, first of all, David, the author, is a brilliant American illustrator and writer of children's books, and he has achieved such distinction with his work that he has been the recipient of 3 Caldecott medals. His picture books often tell stories without using words, but yet they capture the reader's imagination in compelling ways. One notable example is the story of a boy who discovers a camera on a beach. It transports him to an otherworldly oceanic landscape where he uncovers unexpected links between continents and times. Thanks to the talent of David, this beautiful tale truly comes alive. So the skill specifically we're going to use is inferencing. And the reason why we're saying inferencing and not anything else is because there are no words. So I didn't want to confuse students by like saying cause and effect, but there are some cause and effects in here. There are some other structures in here, but I didn't want to confuse students. The theme is that what belongs to the sea will always return, and you'll see that. Some of the vocab words, since there's no actual text in here, I actually am going to review some words that we use in our lesson, and that would be film, camera, flotsam, floating, ashore, and barnacle. And that was helpful because then my students were able to actually respond using the proper terminology and not just be like, oh, that beach thingy. No, it's more than just a beach thingy. It's something else. What is it? It's a barnacle. Very good. Or it's coral. So that was super helpful to give them that terminology and not just be like, that thingy. The settings were the beach and the ocean. And one thing that I really, really liked to do beforehand was to come up, look at all the images in the book, kind of do like a picture walkthrough, super, super fast. Like, do not go slow, go fast. And I want them to get an idea of when the pictures from the book were taken and how has life changed since then. And then you could also use that at the end. So if you didn't do a picture walkthrough, that's totally fine. You could do that at the end. And then, of course, we're going to have some SEL components that are going to go into it because, you know, I love SEL. The students are going to look at the images of the children in the photograph. They're going to estimate, oh, sorry, wrong one. They're going to identify how the kid feels when he sees the pictures of all the kids in the book. And you're going to see it and you're going to be like, this is so cool. How can he connect with the kids across the decades? I said decades. Cross-curricular is they can create a version of their own sea creatures that are similar to the books in Flotsam. So the mini lesson that we have, and I'm going to put this up here so you guys can see it. Ooh, where'd it go? There we go. Since we're using inferencing, we're going to focus on the clues in the text, what I know, questions I have, and what I can infer. Okay? So let me make sure I hit all those sections because I do like to make sure you know everything that we're doing. Flotsam, where are you? Okay. Over the view of the book, we talked about the skills, the vocab, the setting, the SEL, and writing ideas. Perfect. Okay, so let's look at the book. Here's what we see. We see an eyeball. Aha. Now we really see an eyeball, right? And that eyeball is going to show us that we were just looking at. And as we go through the book, we see the boy is going to fall and get swept by a wave. And now what does he see? He's over here. What does he see? A camera. He's going to, and this is where some of your history is going to have to come into play, because they're not going to have any idea that you had to go to a shop to get them. Like, can you see this page? They're not going to have any idea. Okay, so you got to make sure you explain what's happening and why this kid is bored at the bottom. And then you have this. Uh-oh, we switched cameras. Hang on. What happened? My camera actually died. So you can see through the camera his views. And then you're going to be able to see that we have an octopus taking a picture. And I'm going to, instead of like sharing all of it, I am going to show you guys. I love this. I just think it's so cool that they kind of do like this picture of all these kids. And he's like, oh my gosh, look at them. Like, here's who it started. And then he realizes that he's going to make history and he's going to be in the camera too. And so he takes a picture and then he has all his pictures in there. It's really cool. So the kids are going to be making inferences about different things. And then now they'll see the end. I'm like, oh my gosh, look. Right? Really cool. I think it's just absolutely amazing. The other things that I'm going to show you are some activities that you can use these within your classroom. So this is actually there you go. This right here is the book talk that I was just using, that you saw me using in my hand. This is where I keep all of my lesson plans. And it's a mini version of this, because this is the actual lesson plans. And it takes forever to go through them. So I try not to spend forever holding it. Each of my students have their own workbook like this that they were able to work through, and using this workbook I'm able to have the students keep in place all of their writing activities. They can also keep in one place their predictions about what they think this book is, and it's so cute because the kids are never expecting to see what they actually see, right? I mean, just that book itself is just crazy. Then the kids will actually move through the unit and will create their own inferences answering these questions, like what were the clues in the text, what do you know, what questions do you have, and what inferences can you make about the book. The students will also be able to work on a beginning, middle, and end of the book to explain what happened, because it does take quite a bit. Once they can articulate what happened in the beginning, middle, or end of the book, they actually have a summary section. I don't know why I keep saying actually. I'm sorry, guys. They will work through the summary section and they can compare and contrast, and then as well can go inside of the summary as well. Then you have your description, where they're going to be very, very descriptive about the book, and we want them to work on that text structure specifically, because when they can work on it, then they get like a ton more information from the book. So this book is Flotsam. It does amazing things for your students, and you will watch your students' inferencing skills just grow from this one book, and you are going to be blown away. I highly recommend it, and I highly recommend that you use this for your lessons when you're teaching inference. If you want this, so this particular unit is for sale. You can buy it in my TPT store, or you can buy it on teacherswonderland.com. Either one works, and they're both available. So they're available on both, and they're the same price. I hope you guys love this book, and I hope your students love it as much as I do. Bye!